Good afternoon. My name is Srinath Ike, and I'm the department head for Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering. On behalf of North Carolina State University, the College of Engineering, and the Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering, I would like to extend a warm welcome to graduates, parents, grandparents, spouses, family, and friends. Thank you for joining us for our May 2023 Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering Diploma Award Ceremony. This is a joyous occasion and a time of celebration for all graduate students and their families, graduating students and their families. One friend of mine just told me that this is one place where nobody's unhappy, right? Students are happy because exams are over, and they're graduating, no more faculty to complain about, get a job, make money. Faculty are happy because they get 3 months off from complaining students and not teaching students. And the parents are happy because they are off the kids are off their payroll. So everybody's really, really happy today. Thank you for joining us again for the ceremony. And we are technically the 130th mechanical engineering graduating class, undergraduate class. So mechanical engineering was the first degree that was granted by the university here, and of course our department was the first one to be here. But this is also the 100th year of the College of Engineering at NC State. So we just had a celebration yesterday. So this fantastic event here, I have nothing to do with it because I'm not capable of doing this. But I want to thank a lot of people who were instrumental in organizing this event. I would like to give special thanks to Cheryl Tran, Summer Fulcher, Kyle McCraw, Courtney Smith, Jessica Sadat, and Jack Boren. A lot of effort, and to make this event successful, it requires precision, and you can see how it's being done. Let me also acknowledge the undergraduate office, Cheryl Tran, Dr. Felix Ivere, and Kyle McCraw for their tireless effort to ensure that the students have the right advice and help to complete their degrees. The same goes for the graduate office with Summer Fulcher, Courtney Smith, and Dr. Kara Peters. I want to thank them. A round of applause for both the groups. I also want to recognize the following students for volunteering today and helping us stage this event. And Prathamesh Deshpande, Trent Nichols, Zoe Marazita, Sammy Klein, Isabella Sierra, Eric Langstein, Kirsten Seavey, Matthew Simpson, Sean Deardorff, and Emily Heyman. So these students are here helping us today. If you come to our department and you see what's going on, you'll see a glimpse of many of the exciting things that take place in MAE department. Be it on the first floor, where the shop floor, where students have just finished their senior design projects, or going to any of the research labs where the graduate students have done some fantastic research that are going to change worlds, right? So you'll be noticing that a lot of that in our websites on a daily event. We keep updating that information. But I would like to share a brief introduction of the department. Just give you some information of what we are. The MAE department offers 2 accredited undergraduate degrees, one in aerospace engineering and one in mechanical engineering. We basically award diplomas in both programs. The department also offers a Master of Science degree and Doctor of Philosophy degree in, again, both aerospace and mechanical engineering. The department has 48 tenure-track faculty members and 5 teaching professors. And in this past spring 2023, we had 406 first-year freshmen commit to become mechanical or aerospace. and 1,275 sophomore, junior, senior students in the department. We are, if you go to any other university, we are as big as one of their colleges. This is a big department. And we are the largest department in terms of student size in the College of Engineering, especially on the undergraduate side. And we are the second largest undergraduate department in the NC State campus. Typically, 30% of undergraduate students graduate with some honors or distinction in the department. We can see a lot of white sashes here. So that's white, gold sashes. So that's because our students are doing very well. Our research program on the graduate side, which supports graduate students and also the research that we do, brings in about $15 million of research every year. Finally, today, we will award 10 doctoral degrees, 45 Master of Science degrees, and 305 undergraduate degrees. Typically, our department, if you take the combination of the fall graduation and the spring graduation, we do about 350 undergraduates and 150 graduate degrees. It's a total of 500 degrees every year. So, without further ado, I'm going to start with our first speaker of the day. I will invite Mr. Jonathan Claus to the podium. Jonathan is a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, father, and licensed A&P aircraft mechanic. From 2012 to 2017, Jonathan was stationed at MCAS New River and was deployed into non-combat zones twice. While in the U.S. Marine Corps, Jonathan was a helicopter mechanic working on Hueys and Cobras. This experience led Jonathan to pursue mechanical engineering. After leaving the U.S. Marine Corps, Jonathan worked at Cummins, Inc. and GE Aviation. In 2020, Jonathan used the COVID-19 pandemic as an opportunity to focus full-time on his education. In December 2020, Jonathan finished an Associates of Science and an Associates of Engineering degree from Wake Tech Community College. In fall 2021, Jonathan started at NC State University in Mechanical Engineering program. And as a student at NC State University, Jonathan has completed an engineering internship every summer. He interned at Global Reliability Solutions in 2021 and Merck in 2022. This summer, he has an internship with Mussett Nichols and Associates. Jonathan has been an active participant of the Student Veterans Association. He's a member of ASHRAE and Salute Honor Society. While completing his undergraduate degree, Jonathan has also been enrolled in the Accelerated Master's Program and will finish his master's degree in the fall of 23. Outside of school, Jonathan loves spending time with his family. He has been married for 5 years to his wife, Sarah, and they have an 18-month-old daughter named MAE. They also have 3 rescue dogs named Louie, Luna, and Tina. Jonathan's hobbies include woodworking, golf, sampling craft beer, I'm game for that, gardening, and taking his daughter on long walks to the park. Please welcome Jonathan.
North Carolina State University, Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering students, faculty, and family. Hello, welcome, and congratulations. It's been a wild ride, and these past few years have thoroughly tested us, and our perseverance and dedication has paid off. We have relied on our families, friends, and each other to overcome the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are Wolfpack strong, and I know that we are prepared to tackle any challenge life may throw at us. We are here today to celebrate our accomplishments and reflect on what we have learned during our time at NC State University. My journey to mechanical engineering began 10 years ago when I joined the U.S. Marine Corps. A decade ago, I started my adult life on the yellow footprints of Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego, California. I served in the U.S. Marine Corps for 5 years as a helicopter mechanic stationed on Marine Corps Air Station New River in Jacksonville, North Carolina. When you spend your days working on machinery that takes flight, you often have imaginary arguments with the engineers that design your equipment and components. I often found myself thinking about how I would create a better design. Those daydreams started me on my path towards mechanical engineering. While a student, I've learned about the decisions and trade-offs associated with engineering. It's the decision-making skills I have learned while attending NC State that have had the largest impact on me. We are defined by the decisions we make in our personal, educational, and professional lives. Pythagoras wisely said, "Numbers have a way of taking a man by the hand and leading him down the path of reason." NC State has trained us to analyze every variable and uncertainty. We as engineers find comfort in the numbers and facts. Life is not as simple as a math problem. Life is beautifully complex, challenging, and full of uncertainty. As you head off into your professional career, I hope you look for these uncertainties and use the skills you have gained from your time here to solve those problems and to ultimately thrive in whatever you choose to do. Some of the best decisions in life require the most dedication and are full of uncertainty. My daughter was born during my junior year, and she has continued to be my motivation and inspiration. I have memories of working on fluid dynamics homework while my wife was in labor and holding our 4-day-old baby while taking an online graphic communications midterm. My daughter Maeve has taught me patience, and everything I do is for her. Without the support of my family, especially my wife and my in-laws, I could not have completed my degree, and I want to thank them for their sacrifices and unwavering belief in me. Each student here has their own support system, which includes families, friends, teachers, and faculty. I want to thank all the attendees for your support and partnership as we completed this difficult and rewarding degree. You have been invaluable to our success, and on behalf of the entire graduating class, thank you. From watching lectures virtually during COVID to spending months working on our senior design projects, we have shared a unique journey and experience together during our time at NC State University. That is why NC State is responsible for who we are today and who we will be in the future, because this Wolfpack has changed the way that we make decisions. Every detail, every number, every idea, every decision stems from the amazing teachers we have had here. I hope you will all embrace the challenges that come with making tough decisions and push yourselves to find solutions in creative ways. I encourage you to look for problems and use the techniques you've learned here to make the world a better place. I cannot wait to see what the class of 2023 can do. Go Pack!
All right, thank you, Jonathan. All right, next up is our graduate speaker. Let me invite Dr. Tynan Gera to the podium. Tynan Gera successfully defended his dissertation titled Multi-Phase Flow Modeling of Liquid Injectors in December. Following his defense, he began his career as an aerospace engineer at the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory, where he is focusing on using high-fidelity computational fluid dynamic techniques for practical propulsion applications. Tynan completed his graduate research under the direction of Dr. Jack Edwards. Most of his work involved using a Eulerian-Lagrangian computational framework to simulate droplet injection into supersonic crossflows. Together with Dr. Edwards, they improved the performance of NC State's CFD code relative to experimental results. Tynan also implemented a multi-phase equilibrium model to enable simulations of a flashing gas out of a pseudo-liquid mixture. Prior to his time at NC State, Tynan graduated from Trinity University in San Antonio in 2016, where he double majored in engineering science and physics. In 2018, he received his master's degree in aerospace engineering from California Polytechnic State University in San Luis Obispo. His master's work involved using CFD to study the effects of a pair of pitching hydrofoils behind an upstream prolate spheroid. Outside of work, Tynan enjoys reading, solving crossword puzzles, cooking, and spending time with friends and family. Please welcome Tynan.
Thank you, Dr. Ekat, for the introduction, and thank you, Dr. Peters, for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the graduate students today. I want to start by congratulating the undergraduates. The flexibility and patience that you all exhibited to adjusting rapidly to changing working conditions during the pandemic was admirable, and I know that that experience, though challenging to say the least, has prepared you all to succeed in your careers. Now to my fellow graduate students, we've gone through qualifying exams, preliminary exams, conference presentations, research proposals. We've juggled balancing classwork and research, spent long nights finalizing results for papers, and then spent those mornings writing up papers for said results. We've prepared, rehearsed, and re-rehearsed master's and doctoral defenses, but now we can exhale and finally say that we're done. I finished my undergraduate degree in 2016 and started my master's degree at Cal Poly that fall. My first graduate class was in Applied Computational Fluid Dynamics, or CFD for short, which is eventually what I would get my PhD in. And I remember sitting there in a class full of seniors and first-year master's students, all talking about what cool cases they were going to simulate for the semester-long class project. And at the time, the only thing I knew about CFD was what the acronym stood for. My undergrad degree wasn't in aerospace engineering, and I felt completely intimidated. And that was the first time that I experienced imposter syndrome. And as it turns out, lots of people deal with imposter syndrome, though I didn't realize it at the time. And it can be crippling, making you feel as if you don't belong because you're not smart enough. And it never really seems to go away. When I started my PhD here at State in 2019, with a master's degree already in hand, it returned. It didn't matter that I had spent the past 2 years using CFD to study a research problem that I had come up with and successfully defended. In my mind, that experience did not matter because it wasn't related to this new problem that I faced, learning how to code in this mysterious and archaic language known as Fortran. And for the first couple of years of my PhD, the imposter syndrome would always come back as I sat down to code. And I would ask myself, am I smart enough to be in this program? But an interesting thing would happen. Not instantly, but within a few minutes, as I began to digest the problem that I was trying to tackle, I would calm down. I would start piecing together ideas for solutions or think about different approaches to take. I definitely did not solve every problem, but over the course of 4 years, I slowly built up a mental portfolio of situations where I had successfully solved problems, which was evidence that I could point to when I started feeling the imposter syndrome creeping back. Even though a graduate student's research field is extremely niche, what we really have learned, and what you learn in any engineering program, is how to problem solve. I'm here today not because of my intelligence. Good grades can get you in the door or get you accepted, but in my mind, determination is the most important trait in deciding a graduate student's success. During my first year at State, one of my lab mates told me about agony hours, which was his name for all the time spent debugging code to get it to run. In research, you do not know how many agony hours that you're going to spend fixing an issue. You could find the problematic bug in 5 minutes, 5 hours, or if you're really unlucky, 5 weeks. But it does not matter how long it takes for you to fix the problem. What matters is that you do fix it. At the end of the day, a code that is only 80% working is a code that's not working. And the determination to push through those agony hours and not stop when something is only 80% fixed is a trait that every graduate in this room has. So as we start or return to our careers, let the accomplishments that we celebrate today be proof that we're capable of handling great challenges and accomplishing great things. If and when the imposter syndrome comes back, you can look at your diploma and know that you earned it with determination to never let a tough problem beat you. I'm going to finish with a comment about sacrifice. We all put off advancing our lives in pursuit of further education. We had friends get married, have kids, get promotions or switch jobs, buy houses. Maybe we missed big life events like the funeral of a loved one or a friend's wedding because it fell on the weekend before a paper deadline. Maybe your friends had a yearly ski trip out west every year that you could never go to because graduate students aren't exactly millionaires. Surely, many of us moved away far from our loved ones. I know lots of international students only get to see their families once a year, if that. Obtaining a master's degree or a doctorate is not something that is accomplished alone. Our families and friends who are in this room have also sacrificed for us. Spouses and partners who get to see less of us or do more than their fair share of cooking and cleaning. Parents who didn't get to see their kids as much as they'd like. You all sacrificed a lot for this pursuit as well. This day is as much about you as it is about us. Thank you all, and go Pack.
So it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our May 2023 commencement speaker, Dr. Arthur Grants. How many of you have seen the plane that's next to our building? Pretty much everybody's seen it. Guess who gave it to us? Our speaker today. So Dr. Grants is the reason we have that nice model of long, easy plane right there. Dr. Arthur Grants is the director of the Experimental Systems Group within Boeing Space Mission Systems. The ESG group designs, builds, and supports the operation of a portfolio of proprietary spacecraft and associated technologies used across the Boeing company. For example, his team developed and operates the X-37B orbital test vehicle for the U.S. Department of Air Force. It is the first reusable spaceplane that can perform long-duration missions in low Earth orbit, return experiments to the ground for inspection, and then fly again with a new set of experiments. The X-37B program has successfully completed 6 flights and was the recipient of the 2019 Collier Trophy for changing access to space and serving as the nation's workhorse in space experimentation and technology. Dr. Grants has been involved with the development of reusable launch vehicles and spacecraft concepts for over 33 years. As the flight sciences lead and later the chief engineer, he led the configuration development of the X-40A prototype, the X-37 approach and landing test vehicle, and the X-37B orbital test vehicle. His past work has included aerodynamics, aerothermodynamics, scramjet propulsion integration, and configuration development for the National Aerospace plane program and other hypersonic test vehicles. Dr. Grants was awarded Engineer of the Year for Space and Intelligence Systems in 2010. He was the 1992 Rockwell Engineer of the Year for advancing hypersonic aerodynamic technology and received the 1990 Gene Zara Award for outstanding contributions to the National Aerospace Plane Team, NASP. Dr. Grants earned his PhD in aerospace engineering from NC State University, specializing in hypersonic aerothermodynamics. He holds a BS and MS aerospace engineering degrees from Virginia Tech. He also holds 1 US patent and has published 10 technical articles. He is an instrument-rated private pilot with power and glider ratings. Other hobbies include biking, snow skiing, sailing, scuba diving, and photography. Dr. Grants has been married to his wife, Layla, for 34 years, another NC State grad. So good things come when you go to NC State. He met his wife here. So, together, they are mentoring their 2 young men to the start of their respective engineering careers. Please welcome Art.
So good afternoon. Congratulations to the class of 2023. It's a big day for you. Hard for me to believe it was 34 years ago when I was looking at the world from your perspective. Like many of you, I dreamed of becoming an engineer because of a parent. My dad was a chief engineer and project manager for a big civil engineering firm. As a teenager, I walked the second Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, the second James River Bridge before they were opened to the Virginia public. I learned all about concrete and rebar, erecting massive steel structures, and details like estimating the tension of bridge cable from its natural frequency. I also learned that bringing home Civil War-era cannonballs dredged up from the bottom of the Hampton Roads was not the brightest idea. The local bomb squad showed up the next day and took them away. Outside of work, my dad loved flying and watching the Apollo and Space Shuttle programs. Some of my fondest memories are flying small airplanes with my dad up and down the East Coast. So it was pretty natural for me to study aerospace engineering and dream of building airplanes and rockets. When I graduated, I wanted exciting work and with friendly people. I wanted to work on interesting things, and I wanted to understand how to advance in terms of responsibility and position. And better pay, of course, too. So what did I learn? Let's talk about first impressions. In the late 1980s, NASA and the Air Force were already looking at the space shuttle, or beyond the space shuttle. Think Top Gun Maverick going to Mach 10. The National Aerospace Plane Program, or NASP, was going to Mach 25 and into orbit. The cutting-edge hypersonic program of the day, and I was in. Unfortunately, the program only lasted a few years. The scramjet engines were not ready. You're all familiar with the performance metrics from senior design, right? Then you would recognize the program is in trouble when the engineers jokingly start referring or comparing the size of your vehicle to the number of blue whales that it is equivalent to. When NASP died, I was fortunate enough that managers found work for me, but none of it was all that interesting or going anywhere. What saved me was that chief engineer from the canceled National Aerospace Plane program remembered me when he was recruiting people for his next project. He appreciated that I was easy to get along with and could talk the language of aero heating, stability and control, propulsion, and integrate all of that into design guidance for the vehicle configurators. The best part of working with a senior engineer is that they know everyone. I was introduced to an engineer who ran some of the original wind tunnel tests on the Space Shuttle Orbiter and was validating the aerodynamic database against flight data. Another engineer designed, simulated, and created the mission data loads for the Space Shuttle Orbiter for each ascent and entry flight trajectory. Another in reaction control jets for attitude control in the upper atmosphere. On and on and on. Well, you remember that broad education that we got here at NC State? I wasn't an expert at any one of those disciplines, but I knew enough. I knew the basics. The burden was now on me to sponge up that wealth of knowledge I was being exposed to and contribute to the team. The vision we were working toward was a reusable spacecraft launched on top of a conventional rocket booster that would fly home at the end of a mission. We wanted to provide the ability to test technologies and concepts of operations in the space environment and then bring the experiments home for inspection. What was new, you ask? Well, this is in the 1980s or 1990s. What we wanted to do was we wanted to fly this with no crew or pilot on board and at a small fraction of the cost of flying on the Space Shuttle Orbiter. So like any project or career, you start out small and add capability as you gain knowledge. Our first demonstrator, the X-40A, was more of an aircraft than a spacecraft. Dropped from a Black Hawk helicopter at 10,000 feet, the primary objective was to make a precision runway landing without the need for a remote pilot. We had a tiny budget. The 28-volt power system consisted of D-sized nickel-cadmium batteries taped together into big battery packs. The fuselage internal bulkheads were 1-inch aluminum honeycomb, stenciled by the manufacturer with the words, "Not for aircraft use." Flight test was out of Alamogordo, New Mexico on Holloman Air Force Base. The range safety rules were pretty simple. Don't hit the F-117 stealth fighters and don't crash into the monkey farm on the approach end of the runway. We were just a group of 25 engineers, some only a few years out of college like myself. Some were 30-year veterans of military aircraft and the space shuttle. We learned from each other and we figured out what needed to be done. We took great pride in completing a total of 8 successful flights. The next step was X-37, a combination of spacecraft systems for operating on orbit and aircraft systems required to fly from the edge of space to a runway landing. Many thousands of trades and decisions were woven together across years by hundreds of engineers to design, build, and fly the spaceplane. We now have 6 full flights complete, over 3,700 days on orbit, and have traveled the round-trip distance equivalent to Saturn and back. Reflecting on the successes of the X-37 program, there are several recurring themes that are applicable to you at the beginning of your career. First, surround yourself with the best technical expertise you can. Be voracious about learning from your veteran engineers and mentors. Develop your own personal circle of technical contacts. Listen and engage with the people around you. You're a newly minted engineer and you're going to be afraid to ask questions. Don't be. You won't embarrass yourself. Ask questions. People will cut you some slack. You will learn faster. More experienced engineers will see you engage and possibly take you under their wing. Don't shoot the messenger. There'll always be bad news. We all make mistakes. You want to know about the problems early so that you can solve them early. If you get angry or dismissive, that person will never bring forward bad news to you again. All that bad news, all those problems will just go underground. If you're lucky, those problems will be caught before flight or before product delivery. Take pride in everything you do and become known for doing a thorough and high-quality job. If you're responsible for getting something done, you have to figure out how to overcome whatever obstacles or shortages you encounter. People who matter will notice. Your integrity and reputation for doing the right thing when things get tough are paramount. Admit your own mistakes quickly, learn from them, and move on. Don't develop a reputation for downplaying errors or blaming others. Here you are graduating today. Across the United States and internationally, there are a few thousand other mechanical and aerospace engineering degrees being awarded. This is your peer group. 3 and 5 years ago, there were other groups that graduated. Those slightly more experienced engineers, they're your managers, your customers, and your government partners. Within a particular engineering subject area, whether it be rocket propulsion or automotive drivetrains, you name it, your career and their career will evolve in lockstep. It applies within a company, within an industry, and within government agencies. Everyone knows everyone. Your good or bad reputation will follow you. Give others credit. If you give others credit, they're a lot more likely to want to work with you in the future. Sharing credit generously is how you form and eventually lead high-performing teams. The rising tide of performance will lift all boats, including yours. Your reputation for sharing credit or hogging it will also follow you. Have fun together. Some of my best memories from work are shared experiences doing what it takes to finish a job and then celebrating afterwards. Of course, in any job, there will be times when work is just plain tough. You're having to do something you don't enjoy, you're working overtime to meet a deadline, you have a boss you don't like, or your project just got canceled and you need to find a new assignment. Find something outside of work that gives you joy. If you're not having fun outside of work, it'll be harder still to have fun at work. You need something to help recharge on a weekly or monthly basis. Go hike, rock climb, water ski, snowboard, kayak, bike, fish, race cars. Join a club, take lessons. Have something to counterbalance the ups and downs of work. Also, take care of yourself. Both mentally and physically. Life isn't just about getting to 60 and retirement. It's about enjoying life to age 80, 90, possibly 100. Even though you're engineers, you are allowed to use the data the medical community generates. The correlation between exercise and longevity is as strong as it gets. You will become the older people around you. Choose who you want to emulate and allocate time to exercise and maintain your physical and mental health. Protecting your health has been a pretty tricky subject lately. You've been holed up in your dorm rooms and apartments for the last several years trying to avoid COVID. Well, be very careful about extending the concept of working remotely to your job. Yes, it may seem pretty awesome to log in on your work laptop from your favorite beach house or ski condo. Be aware of the downsides. You will miss out on the mentoring and learning under senior engineers in the office, production, or test environment. The mentoring you get during your first 3 to 5 years will set the foundation of your career. You will not be developing important speaking skills. Talking to a Zoom camera or talking to a live audience of 20 to 70 people are an entirely different story. If you already have good speaking skills, don't hide at home. They're in high demand. Get out there in front. Many opportunities come from chance intersections with people you don't know. Don't filter the world through your instant messaging screen. Realize as you graduate today that you're not entitled to anything. The parchment you receive only says you're trainable at a very, very high level. If you want something, you and only you need to plan it and put the effort into getting whatever it is. As mechanical and aerospace engineers, your products are physical things and systems of things. For those of you writing software, your end item is still a physical thing, even if you are simulating one. The human mind cannot comprehend size, scale, or speed from a computer screen. Experience what you are working on in person. Ask to visit the factory floor, the production line. Go visit a submarine in port, an aircraft in a maintenance depot, a spacecraft in a clean room. If you're an aerospace engineer, go take some flying lessons. Don't go more than a year without experiencing how your products, simulations, or analysis are used in the real world. It will change your perspective for the better. In closing, your technical credentials and growth are only part of the story. Your personal integrity, how you interact with people, how you adapt when things are not going well, will determine whether you prosper in your career and in life. I mentioned earlier that my dad loved to fly. We all thought him a little crazy when he decided to build his own high-performance experimental aircraft. It took him over 10 years to complete, but he loved flying his Long Easy. He was flying at age 88 shortly before he passed away. His Long Easy is on display here on the NC State Centennial campus with the hope of inspiring you to think differently and innovate in your engineering careers. Steve Jobs once said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." Now it's your turn. You have the potential to touch every aspect of the way we live and interact with the world for the next century. Go make a better planet Earth. Go explore the Earth's oceans, the moon, our neighbors in the solar system, and go have fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Art, for your wisdom advice. I'm pretty sure the students appreciate it. Now let's get on with what we are here for. So let me now introduce Dr. Kara Peters, distinguished professor and associate department head and director of graduate programs, who will recognize and present diplomas to our graduate students. Sammy Klein and Zoe Marazita will be helping us with the process.
All right. First of all, congratulations to all the graduates once again. Your hard work has finally paid off. Also, congratulations and appreciation to all their families and friends in the audience and not in the audience today. This day would not have been possible without your support, so we thank you. Today, I will be reading the names of the graduate students who will be receiving their degree at this ceremony. Our graduate programs in the Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering Department offer the Master of Science and the Doctor of Philosophy degrees in both mechanical engineering and aerospace engineering. We also have a distance education program through which a student may earn the Master of Science degree in either of the two disciplines. As our graduates continue to line up, I would like to share with you some background about our degree programs. To be granted the master's degree, the student must complete 30 credit hours beyond the 4-year bachelor's program, including an in-depth thesis or an independent project. The Doctor of Philosophy degree requires 72 credit hours of coursework beyond the bachelor's degree, plus a comprehensive dissertation on an original research topic. Officially, there are 362 graduate students enrolled in our department this semester. This graduate student body consists of approximately 157 PhD students and 205 master's students. Today, 10 PhD and 45 master's students will receive their diplomas at this spring graduation. As these students cross the stage, please know that they may not be announced in alphabetical order. I will begin with recognizing the students receiving a PhD in aerospace engineering. Our first student, it was our graduate speaker today, Joel Tynan-Guerra from San Antonio, Texas. His advisor is Dr. Jack Edwards for his dissertation entitled Multi-Phase Flow Modeling of Liquid Injectors. Maria A. Elman from San Cristobal, Venezuela, under the direction of Dr. Kenneth Granland, for a dissertation entitled Flow Past a Cylinder, Development of a Surface-Mounted Flow Separation Sensor and Lock-in of Vortex Shedding from a Cylinder Undergoing Prescribed Motions. Next, we have the students receiving a PhD in mechanical engineering. Bohua Zhang from Xi'an, China, under the direction of Dr. Xiaoning Jiang, for a dissertation entitled Intravascular Sinothrombolysis with Magnetic Microbubbles and Nanodroplets. Roshan Kha from Tehran, Iran, under the direction of Dr. Marie Mueller, for a dissertation entitled Ultrasound Multiple Scattering as a Source of Contrast to Investigate the Lung and Localized Pulmonary Nodules. Didar Islam from Nokrahali, Bangladesh, under the direction of Dr. Zhang Ryu, for a dissertation entitled Template-Free Manufacturing of Periodic Microstructures. Mohammed Rafael Shogat from Bogora, Bangladesh, under the direction of Dr. Edmund Perkins, for a dissertation entitled Physical Reservoir Computing Using Nonlinear Systems. Victor Zaccardo from Durham, North Carolina, under the direction of Dr. Gregory Buckner, for a dissertation entitled Novel Sensing and Actuation for Tip Clearance Reduction in High-Speed Turbo Machines, Enabling Technologies for Enhanced Performance and Efficiency. I will now announce students from our master's program, beginning with a Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Samuel Bennett Christie. Myers Harbinson from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Sai Kiran Kovaru from, sorry, I don't have the location, but from India. James Craig Peeler from Hoover, Alabama. Matthew Davenport from Sanford, North Carolina. Hari Balachandran from Chennai, India. Ethan McDougall Cerrito. Emma Kavanaugh from Raleigh, North Carolina. And finally, we have our Masters of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Lauren Buck from Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina. Terrell Jamal Williams from Brooklyn, New York. Max Brown from Marion, North Carolina. Jinsen Huang. Gabrielle Kistner from Raleigh, North Carolina. Molly Kathleen Hooter from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Jiang Cheng Liu from Yunnan, China. Sean Ayton from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. John Paul Anthony Cantonwine from Wilmington, North Carolina. Harini Selvaraj from Raleigh, North Carolina. Xinyi Ding from Jinan, China. Aiting Yang from Taipei, Taiwan. Fionan Patrick Lynch from Cary, North Carolina. Ganesh Iyer from Kellara, India. Vishwas Mehta from Ahmedabad, India. Avishkar Gwad from Mumbai, India. Chinmay and Hare from Nagpur, India. Sujay Giresh Kulkarni from Satara, India. Animesh Anil Darada. Vidit Pandya. Vikas Vasant Shetty from Udupi, India. J.S. Jitendra Jadva. Ryan Seward from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Tushwar Pawar. Ishan Rakesh Patawari. Congratulations again to these graduate students. I will now pass the floor to Dr. Ashok Gopalarathnam, who will announce the first students for the undergraduate programs. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. In a moment, I will recognize the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Engineering and Mechanical Engineering. I will announce the academic honors when applicable and hometown of each graduate as they cross the stage. Some students have requested not to have their hometown named. Please be aware that the students will not be presented in alphabetical order. So students graduating cum laude have a GPA between 3.25 and 3.49 and wear a white stole. Students graduating magna cum laude have a GPA between 3.5 and 3.74 and wear a silver stole. Students graduating summa cum laude have a GPA between 3.75 and above and wear a gold stole. I'm now happy to read the names of the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Peter Zeng, summa cum laude, from Asheboro, North Carolina. Joshua Ray, cum laude, from Raleigh, North Carolina. Benjamin Lewis, summa cum laude. John Walter Mason, cum laude, from Apex, North Carolina. Parker Ryan, summa cum laude, from Stanley, North Carolina. Christopher Luzzi, Cary, North Carolina. Michael A. Pudlow, summa cum laude. Frances Claire McBride, summa cum laude, Durham, North Carolina. Meredith Aliana Patterson, cum laude, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Sean Stephen, magna cum laude, Cary, North Carolina. Ashwin Sivayogan, cum laude, from Nelliyadi, Sri Lanka. Chase Jenquin, magna cum laude, Mooresville, North Carolina. David Washburn, magna cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Caden Beyondall, Pittsboro, North Carolina. Joshua Nicholson Boyd, cum laude, Clayton, North Carolina. Liam Stumbar, summa cum laude, Gardner, North Carolina. Chris Bain, magna cum laude, Knightdale, North Carolina. Tyler Anthony Crawford from Hendersonville, North Carolina. Nathan Wade, magna cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Julie Anna Baker, magna cum laude, Wake Forest, North Carolina. Jorge Andres Franque, magna cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Natalie Marie Folsom, magna cum laude, Advanced, North Carolina. Caden Speakman, magna cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Isaac Bradley Weber, magna cum laude, Asheville, North Carolina. Dylan Snar, cum laude, Hickory, North Carolina. John Thomas Sledge, Kernersville, North Carolina. Alexander Payne, magna cum laude, High Point, North Carolina. Seth Rutlinger, magna cum laude. Stephen Philip Sabo, summa cum laude, Salisbury, Maryland. Pedro Matos de Senas e Selva, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Ruthwick Pedibotla, summa cum laude, Cary, North Carolina. Fernanda D'Agostino Barsanti, magna cum laude, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Gillian Migliaccio, magna cum laude, Colfax, North Carolina. Kevin Zeng, magna cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Owen O'Connell, summer 2023 graduate, Matthews, North Carolina. Eileen Peterson, summer 2023 graduate, Wilmington, North Carolina. Hunter Valentine, magna cum laude. Ryan Andrew Wagoner, cum laude, Mount Airy, North Carolina. Carter Reese Hawkins, cum laude, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Nicholas Anthony Veiolesi, magna cum laude, Portland, Connecticut. Alex Keedle, summa cum laude, Salisbury, North Carolina. Alex Launder, cum laude, Manteo, North Carolina. Holly Lansden Huffin, cum laude, Haw River, North Carolina. Siddharth Samal, summa cum laude, Mooresville, North Carolina. Jackson Do Corigliano, summa cum laude, Wake Forest, North Carolina. Austin J. Stroud, summa cum laude, Mooresville, North Carolina. Ethan Alexander Beal, magna cum laude, Tyro, North Carolina. Arnold Cortez Gonzalez, magna cum laude, Asheville, North Carolina. William Lawrence Donaldson, cum laude, Apex, North Carolina. David Rutledge Fogel, cum laude, Fletcher, North Carolina. Victor Joseph Hugo IV, cum laude, Arlington, Virginia. Blake Monkus, magna cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Brian Albin Federn, Bayport, New York. Christopher Schaefer, summa cum laude, Munich, Germany. Jonathan Michael Ruggiero, magna cum laude, from New Fairfield, Connecticut. J. Mayurbai Patel, summa cum laude, from London, England. Philip Beal, summa cum laude. Galen Wilcox, summa cum laude, from Wilmington, North Carolina. Jared Harland, Charlotte, North Carolina. Cooper Hageman, cum laude, from Boone, North Carolina. Luis Villalobos, magna cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Ethan Seitz, magna cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Marceli Lutak, cum laude, Mocksville, North Carolina. Samuel Wood, summa cum laude, Hickory, North Carolina. Olivia Marie Scott, cum laude, Franklin, North Carolina. Andrew Burgess, Greensboro, North Carolina. Jonathan David Shropshire, summa cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Ryan Carl Parker, Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm now happy to read the names of the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Jonathan Kloss, summa cum laude, from Arcadia, California. Carissa Kaylin Cronkite, cum laude, from Clyde, North Carolina. Isaac Mail, from summa cum laude, from Salisbury, North Carolina. Shiv Patel, magna cum laude, Franklinton, North Carolina. Akash Kari, magna cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Kelsey Hudson, magna cum laude, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Jack Ballard, magna cum laude, Wilmington, North Carolina. Joshua Murphy, summa cum laude. Drew Emery Davidson, summa cum laude, Fuquay Varina. John Siddiqui, summa cum laude, Wake Forest, North Carolina. Alexander James Ware, High Point, North Carolina. Alex Barboza Alvarez, summer 2023 graduate, Burlington, North Carolina. Zachary Christie, magna cum laude, from Concord, North Carolina. Joseph Delton Blanchard III, Garner, North Carolina. Lam Nguyen, cum laude, from Vietnam. Jaren Lane Skersey, cum laude, Mooresville, North Carolina. Jacob Thomas Payne, cum laude, Greensville, North Carolina. Greenville. Josu David Peralta Maya, cum laude, from Mexico. Zachary Thomas Bolton, summa cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Renzo Gaspari Benavides. Ethan Andrew Cam, cum laude, Sneeds Ferry, North Carolina. Michael McKenna, magna cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Emma McDonald, summa cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Samantha Kelsey Fulcher from Beaufort, North Carolina. Michaeline Sale, cum laude, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Isaac Paul Bonner from Port Huron, Michigan. Adrian Campbell from Asheville, North Carolina. William Elias Windsor, magna cum laude, Asheville, North Carolina. Chase Hamrick Worm, summa cum laude, Asheville, North Carolina. David Edward Horn, summa cum laude from Lookout Mountain, Tennessee. Bailey Marie Phillips, summa cum laude, Belmont, North Carolina. Carlton Alexander Johnson, summa cum laude, Garner, North Carolina. Benjamin Trevor Davis, Charlotte, North Carolina. Rafal Kusto, magna cum laude from Poland. Preston Meredith, magna cum laude, Huntersville, North Carolina. Mason Alexander Strepa, summa cum laude from Morganton, North Carolina. Duncan Joseph Forbes Hinson, magna cum laude from Fredericksburg, Virginia. Brendan Mulholland, Mooresville, North Carolina. Noah Davis Imbus, cum laude, Greensboro, North Carolina. Serena Marie Palmer, summa cum laude from Durham, North Carolina. Glory Villano, magna cum laude from Wallingford, Connecticut. Cameron Delaney Paul, summa cum laude from Havelock, North Carolina. Luke Cunningham, summa cum laude, Durham, North Carolina. Alexander Paul DePiro, magna cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Spencer David Friedline, magna cum laude, Durham, North Carolina. Jacob Collins, Franklinton, North Carolina. Kenneth Gregory Scott, cum laude, Jacksonville, North Carolina. Matthew Connor, summa cum laude. Oscar Wolf, summa cum laude, Davidson, North Carolina. John Peterson, summa cum laude, Keller, Texas. Max Sudert, cum laude. Owen Sondergaard, cum laude from Dorchester, North Carolina. Alondro Martinez Arroyo from Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Lance Anthony Guira Bacudo, cum laude, Creedmoor, North Carolina. Colin Tart, cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Alana Henberry, Iniya Nyanakumaran from Waxhaw, North Carolina. Dina Goradeski, magna cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Luke Matthew McPherson, Greensboro, North Carolina. I will now turn the podium over to my colleague, Dr. Tarek Echeki, who will continue presenting the mechanical engineering graduates.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Ashok. I'm now will be happy to continue the graduates for the Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Too far from the mic. Okay. Eric Corona Garcia from Frankenville, North Carolina, mechanic. Nicholas George Yelverton, magna cum laude, Fremont, North Carolina. John Rex Mathis IV, cum laude, King, North Carolina. Jacob Ross Ingalls, magna cum laude, Pinnacle, North Carolina. Clark Phipps, magna cum laude, Mill Spring, North Carolina. James David Patton, magna cum laude, Kassar, North Carolina. Jason Yang, magna cum laude, from Smithfield, North Carolina. Alex James Schaefer, Wilmington, North Carolina. Jason Jimenez Garcia, summa cum laude, Newton, North Carolina. Dominic Gong, cum laude, St. Louis, Missouri. Barrett Anderson, Greensboro, North Carolina. Madeline Grace Felpe, cum laude, Arlington, Virginia. Suriana Danelle Fayad, cum laude, Burke, Virginia. Carter Racine, Charlotte, North Carolina. Matthew David Rouse, Charlotte, North Carolina. Christopher Arnett, Cary, North Carolina. William Knight, Hurdle Mills, North Carolina. Michael Jekyll, Omaha, Nebraska. Zachary Knight, magna cum laude, Madison, North Carolina. Trevor Nelson McDonald, summa cum laude, Marshall, North Carolina. Daniel Jenkins, summa cum laude, Lucana, North Carolina. Ulysses Castillo, magna cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Kyle Aiden Dale, magna cum laude, Middleton, Connecticut, or Middletown. Adam Nicholas Wayne, magna cum laude, New Bern, North Carolina. Cole Jonathan Stewart, summa cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Jason Kenneth Smith, summa cum laude, Summerfield, North Carolina. Ethan Garrett, cum laude, Fairview, North Carolina. Nicholas Bader, summa cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Matthew Adam Gonzalez, cum laude, Apex, North Carolina. Daniel Joseph Schaff, magna cum laude, Wake Forest, North Carolina. Caleb Tyler Jessup, Turkey, North Carolina. Spencer Bradley, summa cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Evan Barino, Iron Station, North Carolina. Yushab Dahal, cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Janisa Jagani, cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Christopher Bowie, summa cum laude, Cary, North Carolina. Reed Luttrell Dempsey, cum laude, Brevard, North Carolina. Brandon Brock Thomas, cum laude, Jamestown, North Carolina. Aipara Kuljonova, cum laude, Almaty, Kazakhstan. Campbell Tate, summa cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Emily Elizabeth Wolf, magna cum laude, Rivervale, New Jersey. Zachary Olick, cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Tengi Absilis, Raleigh, North Carolina. Jordan Parrott, Wake Forest, North Carolina. Dominic Iannucci, Wilmington, North Carolina. Joshua Michael Brown, cum laude. Antonio Capello, cum laude, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Ryan David, cum laude, Washaw, North Carolina. Brenna Pearson, summa cum laude, Morganton, North Carolina. Eric Lee, magna cum laude, Pinehurst, North Carolina. Stephen Lynn, cum laude, Lenoir, North Carolina. Harrison Bailey, Westfield, North Carolina, New Jersey. Harper McGraw, magna cum laude, Monroe, North Carolina. William Jack Philpott, cum laude, Bethesda, Maryland. Matthew Rouse, cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Timothy Bruce Killstorm, Hillsborough, North Carolina. Jacob Michael Janosko, Raleigh, North Carolina. Benjamin McConnell Druhan, cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Hudson Douglas Perkey, cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Carlton Wong, summa cum laude, Washaw, North Carolina. Alexander Etkin, magna cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Riley Elora Harrison, summa cum laude, Holly Springs, North Carolina. Madeline Bloom, summa cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Kunal Sabu, summa cum laude, Cary, North Carolina. Christopher Scott Arsenault, cum laude, Ashford, Alabama. Isabella Felder, summa cum laude, Stocksdale, North Carolina. MAE Clinton, Durham, North Carolina. Junwook Jong, Busan, Korea. Christian Martin, magna cum laude, High Point, North Carolina. Claire Cabrick, cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Samantha Renee Pendergrass, magna cum laude, Durham, North Carolina. Katie Griffin, magna cum laude, Louisville, North Carolina. Alexander Duncan Katz, summa cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Peyton Bell, summa cum laude, Columbia, South Carolina. Charles Lohman, summa cum laude, Cary, North Carolina. Brendan Muller, cum laude, Baltimore, Maryland. I've done it the old-fashioned way, but I guess we'll continue the microphone. And Hannah, you're very special.
Thank you.
All right. Hannah Jane Buck, summa cum laude, Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina. Genevieve Wade Fortier, summa cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Joel Ross Reynolds, summa cum laude, Greensboro, North Carolina. Ryan Michael Kane, summa cum laude, San Diego, California. Zachary David Hanna, cum laude, Greensboro, North Carolina. Parker Banks Morrison, Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina. Zachary Coleman Harris, magna cum laude, Holly Springs, North Carolina. Nolan David Germano, summa cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Jackson Herndon, magna cum laude, Lexington, North Carolina. Jonathan Neal, summa cum laude, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Corinne Catherine Mao, cum laude, Pittsgrove, New Jersey. Hannah Mendelson, cum laude, Jacksonville, Florida. Elise Crowell, summa cum laude, Spring Hill, Florida. Jillian Rebecca Shivery, magna cum laude, Concord, North Carolina. Eliza Lanis Espinosa, cum laude, Greensboro, North Carolina. Catherine Lauren, summa cum laude, Burnsville, North Carolina. Damon James Merritt, summa cum laude, Goldsboro, North Carolina. Nathaniel Anderson, Hillsboro, North Carolina. Connor Michael Chacon, summa cum laude. Andrew Kreider, magna cum laude, Statesville, North Carolina. Jake O'Brien, cum laude, Concord, North Carolina. Kaylin Best, cum laude, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. John Braden Algier, summa cum laude, Thomasville, North Carolina. Brighton Yale, summa cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Dante Philip McCree, summa cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Travis Ryan Pipes, summa cum laude, Clemens, North Carolina. Thomas Tran Doe, magna cum laude, Clemens, North Carolina. Sanoj Nagarantal, cum laude, Morrisville, North Carolina. Liam Edgington, magna cum laude, Apex, North Carolina. Garrett Riley Inman, Black Mountain, North Carolina. Michael Oakes, summa cum laude, Clinton, North Carolina. Justin Cooper Williams, magna cum laude, Apex, North Carolina. Richard Taylor Puckett, cum laude. Justin Mitchell York, summa cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Andrew Dedone, cum laude, Frederick Marysville, Maryland. Evan Rayner, magna cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Brendan Ingram Glass, cum laude, Denver, North Carolina. James William Vistal, summa cum laude, Sparta, North Carolina. George Thomas Cunningham III, Hatteras, North Carolina. Jonas Uwe Forsberg, summa cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. John Michael Hill, cum laude, Sanford, North Carolina. Colin Michael Bishop, summa cum laude, Asheville, North Carolina. Zachary Marshall, summa cum laude, Greensboro, North Carolina. Cornel Develies, magna cum laude, Lier, Belgium. Cameron Winesett, magna cum laude, Mount Airy, North Carolina. Ricky Yang, Statesville, North Carolina. Rahul Padi, cum laude, Cary, North Carolina. Zachary St. Pierre, cum laude, Wilmington, North Carolina. Brian Pierce, cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Brent Christopher Nieri, cum laude, Greensboro, North Carolina. Nolan Robert Croker, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Kyle Daniel Holland, Gastonia, North Carolina. Anson Palmer Merrithew, cum laude, Asheville, North Carolina. Dylan Peverall, summa cum laude, Raleigh, North Carolina. Justin Corter, summa cum laude, Newark, Delaware. Cole Martin, cum laude, Charlotte, North Carolina. Yanyu Wang, Changsha, China.
China.
Oh, China. Gaoyuan Chu, cum laude, China. Angelique Rav Leelander, Charlotte, North Carolina. Manav Madar Mehta, Cary, North Carolina, summa cum laude. Ryan Coleman, summa cum laude, Cary, North Carolina. Russell Robertson, summa cum laude, Cary, North Carolina. Grant Robertson, summa cum laude, Cary, North Carolina. Hanson Yang, summa cum laude. Matthew Richard Benka, cum laude, Clayton, North Carolina. William Scott Bethune, Jr., cum laude, High Point, North Carolina. Last but not least, Colby Shepler, magna cum laude, Hickory, North Carolina. So this concludes the call of all the graduates. Congratulations and best of luck.
Thank you, Professors Ashok Gopal Ratnam and Tarek Echeki, for going through all those names. And of course, a round of applause for me for shaking so many hands. I got my workout for the day. Before I say something, I just wanted to take a small pause here. I know that many of you see the news at NC State, and we have lost a lot of students this year. And unfortunately, one of those students was our own, Ryan Bonner, and he passed away early September last year. And his parents, he was in senior design. I think some of you must have been his classmates. So I just want to take a moment to recognize not only Ryan, but many of the lives that have unfortunately cut short for whatever reasons. And it's been a tough year, I think, for the students and also for the NC State community. So please take a moment of silence, and then we'll continue. Thank you. So I now present the graduating class of May 2023. Congratulations to all of you. On behalf of the MAE faculty, congratulations and welcome to North Carolina State University family of alumni. You know what happens now? You start getting those letters from Alumni Center asking you for money. Beware, be ready. But you all have worked very hard to achieve your degrees, and we want to acknowledge your efforts and celebrate this event with you. As I mentioned earlier, you and NC State are forever connected now. We are partners in that your success enhances our reputation, and our reputation and successes enhance your success. So if we were a corporation, you would be our product, and we love to see our product be successful, right? So as such, we all have a responsibility to do our best. So I call on you today to stay connected with the department, as all strong departments have strong ties with their alumni. We need your support and help to keep moving forward and training the next generation of mechanical and aerospace engineers. We do value your input and encourage you to support your department. In addition, we regularly also post successes of our alumni on our website. And Jack does it on Twitter and all the other social media stuff, which I have no idea about, but we do it. We send out, please send stories. If you got an award, if you have great success, share it with us. We'll put it on the website and we proudly show it to the world. My personal advice to you, given all the challenges that you have faced in the last 4 years, is to stay positive. You will always be able to achieve a lot more in your life with positivity, especially when things are tough. Actually, that's the time you need to be positive. And you have a strong backing. You have a strong backing of a foundation here. It's given you excellent education. And of course, you went through the rigors of some of the toughest classes on campus. So you know how to be tough. So use that and remember and keep working hard and not take anything for granted. Don't take anything for granted. And let me close by asking you on this day of celebration to recognize the deep pride that your parents, family, and friends feel for you. Please thank your parents and family for their support and for their encouragement in helping you reach this day. All the family, friends, please stand up so we can all acknowledge you. The MAE faculty, staff, and students join me in thanking all of you for the immense support you have provided to our graduates. And to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day next week. And kids, don't forget to call your moms. Once again, congratulations, good luck in your life pursuits, and please keep in touch and tell us how you're doing. Again, let's give all our MAE May 2023 graduates another round of applause. As we conclude another chapter in the department, please wait till the processional party reaches the end of the floor. And again, congratulations, and this concludes our May 2023 MAE Diploma Award Ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you.